What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's live stream. I figured today we could do something a little fun and rank some Christmas movies. You know, we're always talking Scream, but it is the Christmas season officially. And let's get into the Christmas spirit. Let's see who we got here. Hey, RJ. Nice. Welcome to the live stream. Hey, Alex. Hey, Oliver. We have Scream Queen here. I am doing well. I hope you are too. Just trying to get into the Christmas spirit. I did a little bit more decorating today on my front porch. Watched a couple movies today. Hey, Leah. Thank you. Yes, I added this to my set for the Christmas season. All right. I don't know how many people we're going to get in here today just because I feel like when I do live streams that aren't talking about Scream, not that many people come into the live streams, but that's okay. It looks like we have 12 people here right now. And I guess I'm just going to get right into the ranking. Hey, Ghostface. Hey, Ray. Hey, Climator. Is it a snowstorm? I wish we would get snow here. All right, let me pull up the ranking. It's going to be a ranking of 80 Christmas movies. I found it on that website that I use for the rankings, Tier Maker. And it has 80 movies on the list. Some of them I have not seen before, so I fixed one of the rows down below to say that I haven't seen it, because there are quite a few of them on here that I haven't seen. Let's see. All right, what do we have first here? The first movie right here is It's a Wonderful Life. I do love this movie. This is going to be pretty high up on the list for me. Have any of you seen It's a Wonderful Life? It's so good. It's an older movie. I think it came out in the early 1940s. It's a long one. It's like 2.5 hours long. And the ending is so good. It makes me cry every time. Hey, Jamie. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, it's so good. This is one of the movies that I only watch once a year. When it comes to all these other Christmas movies, I will literally watch them like 20 times throughout the season. But It's a Wonderful Life, I only watch it one time because I don't want it to lose the magic with that ending. I want the ending to hit every time. This one's definitely going in my top row. Like, I love it. Next up, we have Miracle on 34th Street. I have seen it, like, really just bits and pieces of it. I've never actually sat down to do a full watch through. Okay, It's a Wonderful Life came out in 1946. Yeah, it's a good one. All right, so Miracle on 34th Street, I don't know if I should put it in the haven't seen row because I have seen some of it. It's not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it in the C tier. Next one is A Christmas Story. That is an absolute classic. One of my favorites. Honestly, it's that movie I've seen maybe more than any movie ever. Like, not just talking Christmas movies, like movies in general, because TBS does that 24-hour marathon. So my whole life, starting from when I was a kid, um, my whole family, we will just watch it from Christmas Eve to uh the night of Christmas Day. Have you seen Home Alone 3 to 5? I have not. I've seen some of 3, but 4 and 5 I did not see. Oh man, Climbinator, you gotta watch It's a Wonderful Life. Give it a watch this year, please. It's so good. I get what you mean. It's not your type of movie. I'm not one for older movies in general. I don't watch older movies like that. And this one, like, I could get why you would consider it to be like boring because it's very slow paced and you might want to tune out and not pay attention, but you need to pay attention for the ending to really have an impact. Of course you saw it in theaters, Jamie. You really need to make that t-shirt. Oh man, right? You gotta watch A Christmas Story. That line gets me every time. All right, so Christmas Story, gotta go top tier for me. I think I'll put it before It's a Wonderful Life. Next up, we have A Christmas Carol. This is the animated version with Jim Carrey. I have not seen this one, so gotta put it in the bottom row. Haven't seen it. Um, just last night I was watching the Muppets version of uh, A Christmas Carol. That is by far the superior version of A Christmas Carol for me. If you haven't seen the Muppets version, you have to. Hey, Chris. All right, moving on to Christmas with the Cranks. One of my absolute favorites. This might be in like my top 5 favorite Christmas movies. I've already watched it 3 times this season. This one is starring um, Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen. 5%? No way. Is that true? How is that possible? It's a fantastic movie. I don't know if I've seen that version, Alex. Certain movies, like that, I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but never really sit down to do like a full watch through. Um, so I don't know. Okay, Christmas with the Cranks going in the top tier for me, and I think I'm gonna have to put it in the front, even before Christmas Story. Next up, we have Elf. Another one of my absolute favorites. I think this one might be my favorite Christmas movie of all time, honestly. I just did a ranking yesterday for just my channel members. So if you are a channel member, you'll have access to that video. If you want to have access to the video, you can sign up to be a channel member. The link is down below. Yeah, I did ranking my top 10 favorite Christmas movies, and I did rank Elf at number 1. Oh my God, Ray, you gotta watch Christmas with the Cranks. You have 2 ones on your list that you need to watch: Christmas Story and Christmas with the Cranks. You will not be disappointed. And I'm really jealous that you're gonna watch them for the first time. Whenever I do these tier maker things, my laptop lags so much, so that's why it's taking me a while to like pull up these comments. I have seen Santa Claus season 1 and season 2. A little disappointing, that show. The first season was decent. Second season was terrible, in my opinion. I have seen Violent Night, yes. I heard they're making a second one. Yeah, I heard he turned down a second Elf. I don't blame him. Sometimes you just want to preserve the magic of a movie like that. I feel like the second one couldn't possibly live up to the first one. You know, we see that a lot with sequels that happen like decades later, like Hocus Pocus 2. The first one is one of my favorite movies of all time. The second one really sucked. Bad Santa, I don't have on my top 10 if that's what you're talking about. It might be on this ranking. I don't know. I didn't really look at all of the movies that they provided. There's 80 of them. So let's move along with the ranking. Elf is going top tier in the first slot. My absolute favorite. These next few ones I haven't seen. So those are going in the bottom. What even is this one? Emmett Otters? Never even heard of it. Frozen and Frozen 2? Never seen them. I know they're super popular and they're making a third one. Never seen them though. Frosty the Snowman is up next. I love this one. I was obsessed with Frosty the Snowman as a kid. I remember, I think I had it on VHS and I used to watch it like every day in the wintertime. And I actually just watched it the other night. Yeah, I heard they're making a Hocus Pocus 3. Hope it's better than the second one. I hope that the 2 main actors will come back, or the 3 main ones. Max, what's the girl's name in that movie? Why can I not remember? I've seen that one so many times. Allison and Danny, the sister. I hope they can come back in the third one. I think I've seen the first Jack Frost. If we're talking about the same movie, but it's not one of those ones that I watch a lot, so it's like not in my memory like that. Beetlejuice 2 was enjoyable. I did enjoy watching it, but I do think it had a lot of issues. The whole thing, I feel like it was kind of rushed. I think that whole storyline with the boy who Jenna Ortega's character was involved with briefly. I think that whole storyline was too quick. I feel like there needed to be more with that. Also with Beetlejuice's ex-wife, like I just feel like everything happened so quickly and there should have been some more substance to it. I don't know. I did hear that they're making another Ice Age. I only ever saw the first one, I think. I remember really liking it when I was a kid. I thought it was really funny. I think these are just regular Christmas movies. I don't think there's any Christmas horror on this list. All right, Frosty the Snowman, that's going pretty high for me. I think I'm going to put it in the A tier. Okay, moving on. Home Alone 2. Gotta go top tier. The Home Alone movies are definitely in my like top 10 Christmas movies. Do I like it more than Christmas with the Cranks? I don't know. Yeah, I probably like it a little bit more than Cranks. And then sorry guys, my chat on here is like taking forever to load because when I do these rankings, it like slows down everything on my computer. All right, moving on to Home Alone 1. That's obviously going in the top tier as well. But I do think I like Home Alone 2 more than the first one. What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the chat. Which Home Alone do you prefer? I did a poll on my channel to ask you guys, and I think a lot of people do prefer the first one. It's honestly tough to choose. Like every year I kind of have this internal debate, like which Home Alone do I prefer? I think I like the second one more. Where are we going to rank Terrifier 3? I don't know if it's on this ranking list, but pretty high up there. Don't hate me, but I think Christmas Vacation is a little overrated. It's good. I still like it. I still watch it, but I don't know. It's not one of my favorites. A lot of people saying Home Alone 2. Oh my God, Ray, you have a lot of work to do. You should be writing these down. Now you have 3 classic Christmas movies that you need to watch for the first time this year. How can you see the first one and not have seen the second one? That's crazy. All right, moving on to the next movie. What do we got? The Grinch, starring Jim Carrey. You know, not one of my favorites. I don't really sit down to watch this one. I kind of just put it on in the background. I'll put it in B. Because I get it. It does have like a nice Christmas feel to it, but it's not one of my favorites. Exactly, Paula. I think that's why I love Home Alone 2 so much because it actually films in New York. And, you know, I was born and raised there. So, and I don't live there currently. So I miss it So I love when movies or TV shows take place in New York City. Yeah, there's something about the live action Grinch that I don't know, it doesn't quite do it for me. All right, it looks like next up we have Jack Frost. Is that the one that you were talking about, Climinator? That's what I thought you were talking about. Um, didn't realize there was a second one. I've seen this one like one time. I don't really know much about it because I don't really even remember it much. So I think it's going to be pretty low for me. Um, I did not see the Grinch animated one from 2018. I actually, you know what? I think I put it on last year just as like background noise. I really didn't sit down and pay attention to it. So I can't really say I have any thoughts on it. All right, Jack Frost. I guess I'll put it in C. Next up, we have, what is that, Iron Man 2 or 3? Either way, I haven't seen it. So I know which row it's going in. I saw someone in the chat earlier saying that it's not a Christmas movie. Does it maybe just briefly take place at Christmas? Sometimes if there's like a one Christmas scene in a movie, people will consider it a Christmas movie. I haven't seen it though, so going in the bottom row. Jingle Jangle, never seen it. Bottom row. Klaus, never seen it. All right, next up we have Love Actually. Okay, that is not the Jack Frost you were talking about. Then whatever one you were talking about, I don't think I have seen at all. Love Actually is another one where I feel like it's a little overrated, actually. It's not one of my favorites. I do watch it every year. There are certain parts of it that I do really enjoy, but overall, as a movie, I'm not crazy about it. Which I know a lot of people might find crazy. I feel like a lot of people do really like it. I'll put it in B tier. It's not my favorite, but I don't hate it. And I think I like it more than the Grinch. So we'll put it right before the Grinch. Next up we have a couple movies which I don't think I've ever seen. So these next two are going to go in the bottom tier for me just because I've never seen them. Next up, we have The Muppet Christmas Carol, which I was just telling you guys earlier. I absolutely love it. This one came out in, I think, 1992. I never watched it as a kid, so it doesn't have that nostalgia factor for me. I saw it for the first time like 3 years ago, and I absolutely love it. I've started this new tradition where when I watch it, that's when I build my gingerbread house. So I watched it last night and built my gingerbread house. Um, Like I said, I think it's the superior version of A Christmas Carol. So this is going in the top row for me, but I'll put it at the end right now. If you have not seen Muppets Christmas Carol, you must. Next up, we have A Charlie Brown Christmas. This one is a super nostalgic. It pisses me off because it doesn't play on cable anymore. Like Apple TV bought the rights to A Charlie Brown Christmas, so they don't play it on cable anymore. The only place you can watch it is on Apple TV, which I do not have. So, and right before Thanksgiving, no, in October, I signed up for Apple TV just for the Charlie Brown Halloween special. And so I paid like $10 for the month. And my plan was before it expired, before I canceled it after a month, I was going to watch Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Charlie Brown Christmas. And I ran out of time. I watched the Thanksgiving one, but haven't watched the Charlie Brown Christmas yet this year. So am I going to have to pay another $10 just to freaking watch a 20-minute Charlie Brown episode? I might have to. But this is going pretty high for me. I'll put it in the A tier. If my computer will cooperate with me. Okay. And next up, we have Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I do prefer that one a lot more than the live action one. I don't know if Die Hard is on this list. I didn't make this list myself. I just found it on tier. Let me see if I see it on here. I'm noticing a few repeats on this list. Why did they do that? Oh my god, wait, did they repeat every single movie on this list? That's annoying. All right, so I thought this was going to be a ranking of 80 movies. Looks like it might be less than 80 because there are a bunch of repeats on this list. I did not make it myself. But it doesn't look like Die Hard is on this list, so the Santa Claus's TV show, Oliver, is not really worth it. It's not that good. Hey, Chocolate Ice. All right, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You know what? I'm going to put it in the A tier because I do enjoy it more than the live action. Next up, we have Christmas Vacation. Like I was saying earlier, I think it's a little overrated. Favorite Christmas movie of all time, definitely Elf. I love Elf. I've already watched it like 4 times this year. Guys, my impersonator is in the chat. So I apologize. Moving on. Yeah, I love Polar Express. It's also like definitely in my top 10. I just watched it the other night. The ending of that movie gets me every time. It makes me tear up, honestly. All right, Christmas Vacation. in the C tier. Next up, we have Rudolph. I have not seen the horror movie for The Grinch. I think I heard it was pretty good. Is that true? Is it good? Maybe we'll do a watch party on the channel. All right, Rudolph is a classic. Gotta go superior. And I think I'll stick it before Muppets Christmas Carol. I have yet to rewatch that this year yet. Gonna watch it soon though. All right, next up we have, is that the second Santa Claus? Yeah, Santa Claus 2 is up next. I mean, I don't consider it a Christmas movie at all because it does not take place at Christmas, regardless of the release date. The Santa Claus franchise in general is one of my favorites. So, but the first one is my favorite, obviously. And then I think Santa Claus 3 is better than Santa Claus 2. So I'm going to put this in the A tier for the second one. It's not quite superior. All right, next up we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Another classic. You've only seen Santa Claus 1 and parts of 3. Interesting. Well, like I was just saying, I love the third one way more than the second one. But you should definitely watch the second one. And do a full watch of the third one. The third one's good. Yeah, I definitely consider Scream more of a Halloween movie. Because it does take place like end of September. You know, they're watching Halloween in the movie, so definitely has more of those fall vibes to me. I have seen Jingle All the Way. No, another one that's not one of my favorites. I kind of just turn it on in the background. All right, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Another one of my favorites. Gotta go top tier. It's just a classic. Watched it a lot as a kid. You know, those Rankin and Bass movies. Is that their names? The creators of those movies. So good. All right, next up we have Scrooge, starring Bill Murray. I actually just watched that one this year for the first time. It was a decent movie, but you know, I don't need to watch it again. Like next year I might skip this one. So I'm going to put it in the C tier. All right, next up we have Christmas Chronicles 2, which, and then after that one, they have the first one right next to it. The first one is honestly, has become one of my favorite Christmas movies. The first one came out only in 2018. It's pretty new, but it honestly has that like classic Christmas movie feel to it. I think it's going to become a classic one day. If you have not seen Christmas Chronicles, you have to. It's a Netflix original. It's really good. Kurt Russell plays Santa Claus. He's a great Santa Claus. However, the second one sucked. I can't even get through the second one. Every year I sit down and try to give the sequel another shot, and I just can't. So this is going in the D tier for me. The second one is so bad, but the first one is going in the top tier. Favorite version of the Grinch has to be like the original animated version. I don't really care for the live action one. Let's see. What is next? Narnia. I never considered that a Christmas movie because does it take place at Christmas? I think it's just more of like a wintry aesthetic. But I do really love the movie. I was like obsessed with it in the 5th grade. I read that book in the 5th grade. I think the movie came out around the same time. I was obsessed. I'll put it in the A tier. But I never considered it a Christmas movie. Does it take place at Christmas? I don't know. I love Deck the Halls. That's another good one. Starring Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick, Kristen Chenoweth, Kristen Davis. Urban Legends Final Cut. Is that the second one? The second one was good. I think there's a third one, right? But I haven't seen it. I might have seen Epic Movie when it came out, but that was a while ago, right? All right. The Green Knight. I don't even know what this is. So it's going in the haven't seen column. Same with the other animated Grinch. Never seen it. Nightmare Before Christmas is next. I'm sure a lot of you here love this movie. I'm not crazy about it. It's not one of my favorites. I appreciate the creativity of it, you know, a crossover between Halloween and Christmas, the two best times of the year. Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis is in Christmas with the Cranks. All right, so Nightmare Before Christmas, not one of my favorites. I'll stick it in the C tier. Next up, we have Polar Express, one of my absolute favorites. Obsessed ever since I was a kid. Still obsessed to this day. It's a great story. So that's going to have to go in the top tier for me. Pretty high up there. Santa Claus 3. Another great one. I like it a lot more than Santa Claus 2. So it's going to have to go higher than where I put 2. I think I'll put it in the top tier. But I'll put it... I probably like it more than Christmas Chronicles. It's a little bit more nostalgic for me. And then we have the first Santa Claus. One of my all-time favorites. Possibly like my third favorite Christmas movie. I don't know. It's pretty high up there. Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas, not one of my favorites. This is another one you gotta watch, Bray. It's so good. All right. Santa Claus. Top tier for me. But where am I gonna put it? I think pretty high up there. Right after Polar Express. You know what though? I might like it more than Polar Express. It's tough. When it gets down to my absolute favorites, it's hard to pick which one of my favorites I like more. All right, so The Year Without a Santa Claus. That's another Rankin Bass one. Super nostalgic. Watched it a lot as a kid. It was always on like ABC Family. So that's going in the superior row. Pretty high up there. All right, some of these next ones are repeats. We already ranked those. I don't know why they're here again. This Star Wars holiday special, never seen it. Rudolph's Shiny New Year is the next one. It's another one that is pretty nostalgic for me, but I definitely watched it less than the other Rankin Bass ones, so I think it's going to go in the A tier. Down here. Bye, Climinator. Thanks for hanging out. I have not seen Ernest Saves Christmas. I've never seen any of the Ernest movies until this Halloween. I watched the Halloween one. Wasn't crazy about it. Yes, Tim Allen is in Santa Claus. I loved Terrifier 3, but it's not on this ranking list. I didn't make this ranking list myself. Otherwise, I probably would have put it on there. I just found this one online. All right, skipping over some of these that are repeats, we have another Star Wars holiday special. Never seen it. White Christmas. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. Not my cup of tea. I'll put it in the D tier just because I have seen some of it, but not my favorite. All right, it looks like the rest of these are repeats. I don't know why they did that. That's annoying. I thought we were going to have 80 movies in here, but I was mistaken. It's probably 40 movies and they just doubled them up. So I thought it was 80. But all right, it looks like that's our ranking. These are the ones I haven't seen. And then I feel like a lot of them I put in the top tier. That's the biggest one we have. And then the rest were in A, B, C, D. All right, I guess that concludes the ranking for today. Which one is your favorite? Let me know which Christmas movie is your favorite. Mine is probably Elf. It's hard to pick, like, I do feel like Elf is probably the one that I watch the most. Elf, Home Alone, Christmas with the Cranks I've already watched, like, 3 times this year. I have not seen the new Jack Black Christmas movie. I heard it was really bad. Has anyone here seen it? Like, at first, when it first came out, I think I saw someone say it was pretty good, and then now I'm seeing a bunch of reviews that are like, "It's pretty bad." I don't know. There's another new one with Ben Stiller called The Nutcracker or something like that, which is on my list of things to watch for this year. Maybe I'll watch that one tonight. Are you gonna do Christmas horror movies in another live stream? Maybe. I might. We're actually gonna do a watch party next week. The horror Christmas movie Better Watch Out. That is up on my channel. I've scheduled it. It's gonna be December 12th. Thursday, December 12th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing a live watch party of Better Watch Out. So hopefully you guys can join that. It's less than a week from now. And I want to do some other watch parties as well. We'll probably do like Krampus. I don't know how many we're going to get to do for Christmas. Ideally, I would like to do a lot, but it's just hard. It's hard to find the time sometimes. I have not seen the Nativity movies, no. Your favorite is Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, Christmas with the Cranks. Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. Definitely one of my favorites. Top 10 for sure. I would love for Scream 7 to take place during Christmas. I don't know if it's going to happen. That was a rumor that first broke like over a year ago at this point. And we haven't heard anything about that since that rumor first broke. So I don't know. We will see, but I would love that. Oh yeah, we might do a watch party for Black Christmas 2006 version. Who would win in a fight? Art the Clown dressed as Santa or Jack Skellington dressed as Sandy Claus? Gotta go Art the Clown. He would probably chop Jack's head off. But then again, if he's already a skeleton, would he survive that? I don't know. Your favorites are Home Alone, Polar Express, and Die Hard. Nice. Home Alone, Polar Express, definitely top 10 for me. Die Hard, not a huge fan. Yeah, I would love for Scream to take place at Christmas time. You know, we had Halloween for Scream 6, which I think was a fun change up from, you know, the rest of the franchise. So let's do Christmas. Why not? I think it could be fun. But you know what? I wonder if now that like Terrifier 3 just came out and that was a Christmas movie, will Scream 7 want to do that? Because it might be, they might feel like it's copying it, even though, I mean, there's so many Christmas horror movies. It's not like Terrifier 3 was the first one to do it. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But all right, I think that's going to be it for me today. I got to go cook some dinner. And then every night I go for a walk around my neighborhood to look at all of the Christmas decorations. So got to do that soon. Of course, Ray. I hope you enjoy them. Let me know. Next time we do a live stream or comment on one of my videos, let me know your thoughts on some of those movies. Bye, Leah. Bye, Alex. Thanks for hanging out with me, everyone. My next live stream is probably going to be honestly like Wednesday or the Thursday watch party. I got some plans in the next few days, so probably won't be able to live stream, but I look forward to the next one. I hope you guys have a great Saturday evening. Hopefully you do something fun, and I will talk to you soon.